What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Primus. Yes, indeed. Primus fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-boobidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Supervised Chaos, and this is actually Supervised Chaos's prioritized request for the month of December for being a Silver Tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Chaos. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Supervised Chaos wanted to see me do this. It is Primus doing a cover of the Tool song, Ænima. I should also probably mention, it's in the liner notes here, along with Primus, joining them on stage apparently, we've got Danny Carey and Chancellor from Tool. They're going to be joining them on this, along with Troy Van Leeuwen. Leeuwen, yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Troy Van Leeuwen. Now, have I heard the song before? Full disclosure, yes, I have. As a matter of fact, I've done a reaction to the Tool song Ænima already. It's over here somewhere on the channel. I'm not exactly sure where, but I'm sure if you go looking for it, you can find it. It's somewhere over here. Anyway, yeah, so I've clearly heard the song before, so no surprises there. Having said that, I've never heard Primus cover a Tool song before, so this should be interesting. Like I said, Primus is being joined apparently on stage by Danny Carey and Chancellor and Troy Van Leeuwen. I don't know who that is, but I know who Danny Carey is, and I know who Chancellor is, so this ought to be interesting. Let's see, this was posted by Official Primus, okay? And the video has 364,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Primus, Ænima, live with Danny Carey, Chancellor, and Troy Van Leeuwen. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
A lot of firepower on that stage, boy. I do recognize it. I do recognize it, but there are some definite changes, some definite differences to the overall approach of the song. It's okay. Okay, this is going to be the easiest way and the most simplistic way and the most inclusive way that I can describe the difference. The song that they're playing here, it sounds like Tool didn't write it. It sounds like Primus wrote it. This is Ænima reimagined in the style of Primus. I dig it. I do dig it. But okay. I do dig it. Yes. I am enjoying this. Yes. I'm having fun with this. Yes. Gotta be honest though, I like the Tool version better. I do. I like it with that little bit of a slower tempo, more of a straight ahead feel. Maynard's vocals, I prefer Maynard's vocals over Les's here. Don't get me wrong, Les is doing a fine job on the vocals. He is, okay? It sounds good. I wish I could hear him better in the mix. I mean, I'm really kind of struggling to find him in the mix at times, especially when he gets on that bullet mic. It's a little tough to hear him a little bit. But no, this is enjoyable. This is fun. This is absolutely fun. And they're pulling it off really well. So I'm giving everybody on stage all the credit in the world. I'm just saying, me personally, I do like the Tool version better. So anyway, let's keep going here. Justin's playing straight 16ths in 4/4 against the 6/8 pattern happening in the drums. That's why it feels so awkward. That's why it feels so weird. You got a 16th note pattern. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and against the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 happening in the drums. Holy smokes. Good on Justin, man. Whoo! I'm trying to think. On my own, if I had a drummer giving me a 6/8 pattern without any type of a cue, without any type of a setup or a lead-in, would I be able to just execute a straight ahead 16th note pattern? 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. No, I don't think so. I would give it my best shot, but I don't think I could pull that off. That's impressive. And the thing is, the notes that he's playing, not that impressive. He's just staying on one note. It's just one note. It's just root, 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 root the whole time. But playing that straight 16th note pattern against a 6/8 feel in the drums. Man, Justin, you're a frickin' stud, dude. You are a frickin' stud. I could not pull that off. No chance. No chance. Distortion on the bass is a little much. Locked into 6/8 now. Brutal. Not from a feel, not from like the song being brutal, but that performance, that the way that they interpreted the song and the way they executed the song, that was brutal. Dang. Just like I would dare say a complete reimagining. Complete. It didn't sound anything like getting towards the end. It didn't sound anything like the version I heard and reacted to. So, yeah. Typical Primus fashion. Let's take things way out in left field. Woo! Yeah, this was interesting. This was interesting. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Primus with Danny Carey, Justin Chancellor, and Troy Van Leeuwen performing live their rendition of the Tool song Ænima. Boy, there was a lot happening there. This was a request from Supervised Chaos, and this was actually Supervised Chaos's prioritized request for the month of December for being a Silver Tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Chaos. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Woo! I want to be very clear before I give the score and before I start talking about this. I enjoyed this, okay? I did enjoy watching it. I did enjoy listening to it. And I really don't have any problem with what they did, okay? I got no complaints about what they did. But having said that, there are a few things I want to touch on.
Don't wrap me up.
All right, so let's get things going here. Let's start off with the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, so this is what I felt, and this is just me. I'm not expecting everybody to agree with me on this. It felt to me like what they were going for was, let's take a Tool song and let's reimagine it in a way to make it sound like it wasn't written by Tool, but it was written by Primus. But it's going to sound like the original, but not exact. It's going to be executed like the original, but with a different approach. You know what I mean? It screamed Primus. It absolutely did. Now, at the beginning of the song, for about the first, I would say, 2/3 of the song, I recognized it. I did. I was like, okay, this is Ænima. It's done in the style of Primus, but it's definitely Ænima. I do recognize it. The last third, on the other hand, boy, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't remember it being like that. I remember it being a little more straight ahead. They took it way out into left field to the point where, like I said, maybe it's just me, but like that last 2 minutes, I didn't recognize it. It didn't sound familiar. So they took it way out in left field. Whenever you're doing a cover, listen, I am all in favor of putting your own spin on covers, giving it your own flavor and making it your own. I am all in favor of that, but I've always warned that when bands take things so far out into left field that you don't recognize it, that's never a good thing. And there have been a lot of covers where, and I've seen bands perform covers, and I'm sitting there going, and they say what the song is, and they start playing it, and I'm like, this doesn't sound anything. Not even remotely close to what the original was. This sounds like a completely different song. The first 2/3, we didn't have that. I recognized it. I absolutely did. I didn't have to go digging very far. I was like, oh yeah, that's Ænima without question. It's done. Imagining if Primus wrote it, and Primus is obviously playing it, but yeah, it's Ænima. But then there was the last third, and I was like, what in the world's going on here? I also don't remember Ænima being almost 7 minutes long. Is it? Was it? I thought it was like 5. Time out. Okay, so I just went and checked. Actually, the time's accurate. The time of the studio recording is actually 6:36. So, doing a 6-minute and 50 live performance, yeah, I get it. I see it. You have the time before and the time after. I understand. Okay, so it is accurate. I just don't remember it feeling that long, though. Ænima, to me, like the studio recording, I remember it felt like it kind of flew by. Anyway, having Danny Carey on stage, having Justin Chancellor especially on stage, and I'm not sure who Troy Van Leeuwen is. I don't know who that is. I'm sure people in the comments will let me know what band he plays with. I'm assuming he was the other guitar player. I'm sure people will fill in the gaps for me. But having them on stage was really cool. Now, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw Primus was doing this, I was really hoping to hear less playing the bass. I was. And to say that I was not a little disappointed to see that he didn't have the bass in his hands when I saw what was going on, I was like, oh. Don't get me wrong, I love Justin playing the bass, I do. But I was really kind of curious to see what Les would have done with the song playing the bass. But, you know, at the same time, you want Justin to be able to, be the man, so, Les taking up the bass and just focusing completely on vocals, it works. It absolutely works. So I'm not complaining about it. I just was kind of looking forward to seeing what Les would have done with it on the bass. The drumming from both drummers, tight. Very well done. I was actually pretty impressed with how the drummers stayed together as well as they did. So that was really cool. Guitar playing sounded really nice, very clean. The bass playing, good Lord. Justin, you are a beast. Oh my God. And an absolute stud. I mean, the fact that he had these drummers playing in 6/8, that 6/8 feel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's sitting here playing straight 16ths. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and against the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Holy cow. Look, once you get into the groove, once you get it, once you line up those 16ths to fit within that 6/8, once you get it, I don't know, I've never tried, but I can imagine it's probably 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... But I'm doing it with a lot of setup, a lot of thought processes beforehand. Just imagining it in my head, going over and over and over again so I don't lose it. Now, on the flip side, going into it cold, no preparation, just do it. Could I do that? Could I play 16th, straight 16th like he did in a 6/8? No, I couldn't. I would need, give me about 8 measures to work it out and I might be able to pull that off. But Justin didn't need 8 measures. He just went boom and did it. And it was solid, rock solid all the way through. Man, Justin Chancellor, you are my hero, dude. Holy cow. I want to be like Justin when I grow up. No, he did a great job with that. Great job with that. My only gripe with Justin, honestly, that distortion patch. Now, I know he was probably using Les's setup, more than likely. That distortion patch was, whoo, man. Was it overpowerful? It was a little, at times, I'm not gonna lie, folks, it was a little painful to listen to. It was just a little overdone. Now, in the confines of Primus, when it's just one bass, one guitar, one drums, I'm sure it works great. I'm sure it works fantastic. I know it does, I've heard it before. But when you have all that other firepower on stage, two drummers, I believe there were actually 3 guitar players on the stage. I think there was one all the way over on stage right that we never saw except for like the very opening shot. I could be wrong about that, but I could have sworn I saw one. It's a bit much. It's a little bit much. So I wasn't thrilled with the distortion patch. Everything else though sounded fantastic from Justin. Les's vocals. Okay. It's tough for me to judge his vocals, if I'm being honest with you. I had a really hard time hearing him consistently. There were times where he came through clear as day. There were a few spots where his vocals sailed out and it sounded really good. There were also points where, like, especially when he was on the bullet mic, you couldn't hear him like at all. Like, trying to find his vocals was rough, like really, really rough. I was able to find them, but I couldn't really hear them very clearly because it just wasn't loud enough in the mix, unfortunately. And then they had all points in between. Sometimes he was a little bit louder, sometimes it was a little bit softer. It was a kind of a haphazard job. So as far as I can only base my evaluation of his vocals on what I could hear clearly. When I was able to hear him clearly, it sounded to me like he was doing a really good job. It did. Okay, I'm not criticizing his vocal style. I think it fit this arrangement of the song and this version of the song really well. Did he sound like Maynard? No. He didn't sound anything like Maynard. He sounded like Les Claypool, singing Maynard's lines, singing his words, but not trying to sound like Maynard. I think he did a great job on that. In all honesty, he pulled it off really well. The parts that I could hear clearly. Now listen, overall, taking everything into account, I came up with a great score of 8.2. Between these two versions, between the original Tool version and this version, gonna be honest with you, hands down, no hesitation whatsoever, I like the Tool version better. I like the studio version that I heard better than this cover. Not that this was a bad cover. I just prefer the studio version. That's all. So, but yeah, it's still getting a great score of 8.2. I feel good with that score. I think it's well deserved, and that's where we're gonna stay. So, 8.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.